or feeding duties. Dismemberment may occur. Utobratha, come. Take a load off your mind.
Fine by me.
So question is, I'm gonna use this one. Problem is this sneak is gonna go down the drain. I don't want you to wear it, I want you to carry the thing.
Fine by me.
Okay.
Are you tired of getting chased because you're bigger than humans and scaring them? Did you kill
I was wondering how she is
some
going
and
to
they
do these.
overreacted? Are two-head
Yeah,
bear
so
people
back.
shooting at you and battle cattle mooing? Beware the battle cattle. Leave the fear behind.
Because I want to check these things
Leave the
out.
fear behind. Meet at the
Plus we
mountaintop.
also have
Enjoy
this
life in
one
a
to
state
do.
of Utobratha. Free, safe, secure. Freedom limited to following the commands of best friend Tabitha. Safety not guaranteed against siege or assault by two-head bear people or battle cats. Many infractions are punishable by death. No allowances for dumb misunderstandings. Utobratha, come
And
feel
let's
the
check the general
difference.
status of the map. We need sleep. Everybody's okay. It's sleep that I'm mostly worried about right now.
Heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number,
Look at this one first.
but the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. Heartache number
Somebody up there?
I never knew I could hurt this way. And heartache number two.
How may I serve you, master?
Back again. You came back but never meant to stay. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't
Can't punch.
stop counting. That's the day my world will end. And said that you were coming back to stay. This hopeful heart I waited for, I'm
Fine by me.
Made up my mind a long time ago. When the right man came along, somehow I'd know. Heart is true, eyes is blue, and his smile as wine as a distant sky. Let's ride into the sunset together, stirrup to stirrup, side by side. When the day is through, I'll be here with you. Into the sunset we
Interesting little place.
I'll be your cowgirl, you'll be my cowboy.
He ran over there to lure us in a trap, pretty much.
I'll be your oar when the day is done. Homeward will be wending, like a bird with a happy ending. Let's ride into the sunset together, stirrup to stirrup, side by side. When the day is through, I'll
Oh no, not fire ants again.
to the sunset we will ride.
Oh, let's see how difficult they are in this one. Oh, pin the button and
Welcome to another episode of Know Your Mutants. Special guest star, best friend Tabitha, is with us in the studio to share her insights on this topic that affects us all. Thank you, Rhonda. Today, I'd like to talk about a subject near and dear to my heart, the Nightkin. Ooh, you must know a lot about the Nightkin, best friend Tabitha, seeing as how you are one. That's true, Rhonda. I am in a unique position to speak to the natural superiority of my kind. Our story begins, as most stories do, with the Master. Our glorious leader had created the super mutants, but something nagged at him. What was it? Good question. I can do better, he must have said to
Okay.
himself, and boy did he ever. A new type of mutant was created. Stronger, faster, smarter, more dangerous in every way. We were to normal super mutants what they were to humans, and they were told to defer to us in all things. And you're the leader of all the Nightkin, correct? Yes.
New
as the
kid,
highest-ranking
assumed.
Nightkin alive, my voice speaks for all Nightkin everywhere.
Howdy. My name is Jed Masterson, and I'm a caravan boss for the Happy Trails Caravan Company. If you're hearing this, I have a job offer for you. Happy Trails is organizing an expedition north into Utah, off the Long 15, and we need people. We're looking for caravan guards, prospectors, couriers. If you're used to humping it across the waste, straight toward trouble, we want you. If you got a Pip-Boy, we definitely want you. On the other hand, if you're a greenhorn or a city slicker spinning tales about your skills, you can kindly go hang. If we like your gumption, we'll pay you square and treat you fair. Find me, Jed Masterson, at the Northern Passage if you're interested. Luck to you. Howdy. My name is Jed Masterson, and I'm a caravan boss for the Happy Trails Caravan Company. If If you're hearing this, I have a job offer for you. Happy Trails is organizing an expedition north into Utah, off the Long 15, and we need people. We're looking for
Fine by me.
caravan guards, prospectors, couriers. If you're used to humping it across the waste, straight toward trouble, we want you. If you got a Pip-Boy, we definitely want you. On the other hand, if you're a greenhorn or a city slicker spinning tales about your skills, you can kindly go hang. If we like your gumption, we'll pay you square and treat you fair. Find me, Jed Masterson, at the Northern Passage if you're interested. Luck to you. Howdy. My name is Jed Masterson, and I'm a caravan boss
my
for the
God.
Happy Trails Caravan Company. If you're hearing this, I have a job offer for you. Happy Trails is organizing an expedition north into Utah, off the Long 15, and we need people. We're looking for caravan guards, prospectors, couriers. If you're used to humping it across the waste, straight toward trouble, we want you. If you got a Pip-Boy, we...
Stars of the midnight ranges shine
Let's see how rough it is.
through the night. Stars of the midnight ranges light my way tonight. While my herd is grazing, guide them till the dawn. Watch them while I'm sleeping. Stars are gone.
Should've. Kinda went down. Oh, must have done. And how to get sidetracked.
Lend your light so strange. Guide my weary donkey.
What the actual heck is... Damn, she was big.
is Radio New Vegas, and I'm your host, Mr. New Vegas. And in case you're wondering if you've come to the right place, you have. Whoops, better put on my newsman fedora here. Good Springs has fended off a mob of escaped convicts after organizing an impromptu militia. This according to an old man armed to the teeth with dynamite. In addition, word out of Camp Golf is that many NCR Rangers can expect redeployment in the near future. One anonymous soldier said it was part of a new strategy. Those were our top stories. Hey, New Vegas, have you ever said you love someone when it wasn't quite true? Sure you have, but you shouldn't, because it's a sin to tell a lie.
Be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie. Millions of hearts have been broken just because these words were spoken. I love you, yes I do.
Fine by me.
If you break my heart, I'll die. So be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie. Be sure it's true. You got sense enough to know it's a sin to tell a lie.
Okay.
Whole lot of folks' heart done been broken. Just over a whole lot of foolish words that's been spoken. I love you, yes I do. I love you. If you break my heart, I'll die.
Need a bigger house.
So be sure when you say I love you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. New Vegas here. You're all so great, and we're gonna keep you listening
Fine by
all
me.
day. I've got news for you. Good Springs has fended off a mob of escaped convicts after organizing an impromptu militia. This according to an old man armed to the teeth with dynamite. In other news, patrons of the Ultralux are questioning whether its pricey restaurant, the Gourmand, is overstating the fullness of its wait list. Those who claim to have dined at the restaurant
Fine by
find
me.
the food appealing, but say many tables remain empty. The preceding segment was sponsored by the Silver Rush. Silver Rush. Feel the rush of a warm
It's gonna be
laser in
hard
your
covering you when I
hand.
can't move my
Stick
legs.
around, we've got
It's gonna be
some
hard
great
covering you when I
songs
can't
coming
move my
up for you.
legs.
When an irresistible force such as you meets an old immovable
Everything is full again.
object
Heck,
like
man.
me, you can bet just as sure as you live. Something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give. When an irrepressible
Yeah, I'm not gonna go into
smile
these
such
right
as yours warms an old implacable heart. Don't say knows what to take from the stars? Their vast, mysterious skies. I'll try hard. I adore. How long can anyone try? Fight it with all of our might.
It's on now.
Chances are some heavenly star-spangled night we'll find out. As we live, something's gotta give.
Do, 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 do.
Stars of the midnight ranges, shining through the night.
I need to buy some more rat already.
Stars of the midnight ranges, light my way tonight.
Can't push through.
Guide them till the dawn. Watch them while I'm sleeping. Till the stars are gone. Candles up in heaven.
Question is,
Your light so strange.
oh, it's so hard to resist not going in there and loot. I don't have any room right now.
Stars of the midnight
Back here. So much to explore and go through here. Oh, that looks like a nasty fortress.
Heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've
Yeah,
got
let's
heartaches
follow
by
him
the
over there.
number,
Shit.
but the day that I stop,
Okay.
that's the day my world will end.
So we'll have to go over there and go all the way around this place.
I never knew I could hurt this way.
Man, why does it have to be so difficult? There's so much stuff to loot.
Back again. You came back but never meant to stay. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number,
Damn it, game.
by the soul. Every
Okay, I think we're gonna do it this way.
Yes, I've got heartaches by
He will not have money yet, so we can't really go there.
but the day that I stopped counting, that's
I don't think she would have them. How was she? Probably has money though. We can go to Prim. We just sell stuff.
heartache number 3 was when you called me and said that you were coming back to stay. With hope for
Let's see how much money.
You got that old rope?
There's a question about need.
That beat up old pile of bolts? What do you want to know?
Where did it come from?
The courier dropped it off a little bit ago. I'd hoped to get it up and running for some courier work, but never could get it running.
No idea what I should do with it?
Not a bit. I imagine there must be some people around curious about that kind of technology. Don't go getting yourself shot.
Oops.
Hey there, youngster.
The women of New Vegas ask me a lot if there's a Mrs. New Vegas. Well, of course there is. You're her. And you're still as perfect as the day we met. I've got news for you. Rumors persist about a super mutant refuge nestled high in the ski lodge to the northwest. If you should find it, do not, repeat, do not belittle a super mutant for taking the bunny slope. One more story for you. Refugees at Bitter Springs are giving startling accounts of the legate known as Lanius, who is said to be Caesar's top field commander. One refugee told us the legate took over an underperforming squad of troops by beating its commander to death in full view of everyone. The legate then ordered a tenth of his own force be killed by the other 9/10. And you thought your boss was a pain. Well, that's all I have for you. This is Mr. New Vegas wishing you ladylike luck tonight. You know, sometimes the journey beats the destination, and especially if your spurs go jingle, jangle, jingle, and you meet some nice gals along the way.
Give me a shout if you need anything else.
Fine by me.
I go right merrily along. They sing, oh, ain't you glad to single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
Hey there, youngster. Bye.
Yeah.
Hey there, youngster.
Brain fart then?
never find it. I got spurs that jingle,
I got spurs that jingle,
as I
jingle,
go
jingle.
right merrily
As I
along.
go
Um,
Oh, ain't you glad?
and they sing, oh, ain't you glad
And
to
that
sing?
song ain't so very far from wrong. Ain't so very far from wrong.
This is Radio New Vegas, and I'm your host, Mr. New Vegas. And in case you're wondering if you've come to the right place, you have. More news for you. Traders from California are being turned away from Mojave Outpost where the NCR is concerned about dangers along Nipton Highway and I-15. One more story for you. Word out of Camp Golf is that many NCR Rangers can expect redeployment in the near future. One anonymous soldier said it was part of a new strategy. These headlines were brought to you by Vault 21. Vault 21. Everything's better when you experience it in a vault. Hey, New Vegas, have you ever said you love someone when it wasn't quite true? Sure you have, but you shouldn't, because it's a sin to tell a lie.
Be sure it's true when you say I love you.
Give me a shout if you need anything else. See ya.
Our victory at Nelson's is a worthy story to tell in my travels.
Just because these words were spoken, I will. Yes, I do. I will. If you break my heart, I'll die. So be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie. Be sure it's true when you say I love you, honey. Call me. You got sense enough to know it's a sin to tell a lie. Whole lot of folks are in the dark. Just over a whole lot of loose words. That's what's wrong. I yes, I do. I love you. If you break my heart, I love you. So be sure it's true when you say I love you.
It's me again, Mr. New Vegas, reminding you that you're nobody till somebody loves you, and that somebody is me. I love you. More news for you. A group of great cons were killed in a bloody end to a hostage crisis in Boulder City. It's not currently known why the cons were in the area.
Well, if it
Also
isn't the
in the
lawbringer.
Rumors persist about a super mutant refuge
Hey,
nestled
he
high
got
in the ski
fired.
lodge to the northwest. If you should find it, do not, repeat, do not belittle a super mutant for taking the bunny slope. From Promotional consideration for this news program has been paid for by the Ultralux. The Ultralux. Live life in the lap of luxury.
I hear a troublesome Legion
Coming
camp
up,
got
I've
razed to
got
the
some
ground.
tunes I think all of you are gonna like.
Play the guitar, play it again, my Johnny. Maybe you're cold, but you're so warm inside. I was always a fool for my Johnny. They call Johnny.
Nelson's back in our hands. I hope we can defend it this time.
Play it again, Johnny Guitar. What if you go? What if you stay? I love you. What if you're cruel? You can be kind. I know. There was never a man like my Johnny, like the one they call Johnny Guitar. There was never a man like my Johnny,
Johnny.
like the one they call Johnny Guitar. Play it again, Johnny Guitar.
Oh, the waiting, man.
Oh, what are you doing here? Look, it's not what you think. I can explain everything if you'll just hear me out.
Sure. This better be good then, huh?
Have you looked around? Have you seen what's going on here? What we're going through? This place is hell. I've seen all my friends butchered by the Legion in front of my very eyes. I can still hear their screams at night. All I wanted was a little escape, so I took some drugs to help me do that. Is that so bad?
What about the injured man that needs his medicine?
I never thought about that. But look, I needed this. I needed to escape for just a little while. I needed this. So what happens now?
Promise to stop, I won't turn you in.
What? Hey, sure. You got a deal. Thanks. I owe you big time.
All your lovely dreams will come true. So just close your eyes. Listen to a sweet lullaby. Sleep softly, sleep.
I wanted to thank you again for saving my patients. It's nice to have a helping hand around here.
Mm-hmm. I want to talk to you about your missing medical supplies.
So you found out what's happening with the supplies?
Welcome back to the Mr. New
Yes, Private Stone was stealing me.
Is that so? I'll have to talk to Major Politely about this right away.
Somebody prove me wrong. Put on my newsman fedora here. Rumors persist about a super mutant refuge nestled high in the ski lodge. to the
Let me see.
northwest.
So we meet
That's not what I want
If
to
you
do.
should find it.
Oh. What?
So you're stealing? This better be good. What about the injured men? Blah blah blah. I want you to turn yourself in. Okay, we go with I promise you to stop. Let's see what happens. Okay, we go with that.
Whispering a lullaby tune. Dream,
Hello.
sweetly dream.
I wanted to thank you again for saving my patients.
Yeah. I wasn't able to find
That's
it.
too bad. These men really needed those supplies. Thanks for looking into this. I appreciate it even though you didn't find anything.
And don't you know, all your lovely dreams will come true. So just close your eyes. Listen to a sweet lullaby. Sleep.
I think it just got a little bit hotter. I don't have that many supplies left, so I can't offer my service. Sure can. The sooner the better if you ask.
You're listening to me, Mr. New Vegas.
Okay, this might hurt a bit.
Really beautiful right now. Whoops, better put on my newsman fedora here. Merchants are saying that there's been little contact between traders from Nipton in recent days, causing concerns that the isolated town may be in trouble.
Back to zero
One
there.
more story for you. A package courier found shot in the head near Good Springs has reportedly regained consciousness and made a full recovery. Now that's a delivery service you can count on. And that's the news. Here's Bing Crosby reminding us of those times when you absolutely have to kiss the person you love. Something's gotta give. Up next.
Okay. I'm gonna go on suicide mission now.
When an irresistible force such as you,
Oh wait,
an
okay, so
old immovable object like me, you irreplaceable smile such as yours warms an old implacable heart such as mine. Don't say no, 'cause I insist. Somewhere, somehow, someone's gonna get kissed. So
Fine by me.
who knows what the fates have in store?
Fine by me.
Their vast, mysterious sky. I'll try hard, ignoring those lips I adore. But how long can anyone try? Fight, 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 fight it with all of our might. Chances are some heavenly star-spangled night we'll find out as sure as we live. Something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Newman is here. You're all so great, and we're gonna keep you listening all day. Well, you know what that means, folks. Time for some news. A package courier found shot in the head near Good Springs has reportedly regained consciousness and made a full recovery. Now that's a delivery service you can count on. In addition, several unidentified aircraft were spotted flying over the Repcon test site by a local crackpot. He spoke to a toy bear near one of our microphones. It's ghouls, I tell you. Religious ghouls in rockets looking for a land to call their own. Don't you laugh at me. I know a spell that'll make you show your true form. Cave Rat told it to me. And that's the news. Ladies and gentlemen, this next song goes out from me to you.
Spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jangle, as I go riding merrily along. Jingle, jangle, and they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single?
I have enough.
And that song ain't so very far from wrong. Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell. Though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell. 'Cause I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jangle, as I go riding merrily along. Jingle, jangle, they sing, oh, ain't you glad you jingle, jingle, jangle, and that song ain't so very far from wrong.
Oh, wrench.
Oh, I got spurs that jingle,
I got spurs that jingle,
Some
jangle.
duct tape is the stuff that keep missing.
oh, ain't you glad
And they
to
sing,
single?
oh, ain't you glad
That
to
song
single?
Some cons got cornered in the ruins at Boulder City, and the NCR killed them. It's like Bitter Springs all over again.
Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, though I may have done some fool, this is why I never cry. I got spurs that jingle,
I got
jangle,
spurs that jingle,
and I
jangle,
go
jangle.
right
As I
merrily
go riding merrily along,
Oh, ain't you glad
and they
to
sing,
single?
oh, ain't you glad
And
to
that
single?
song ain't so very far
And that
from
song
wrong.
ain't
Ain't so very far from wrong.
Who cares about these two? Yeah, fix your. Time to see him. Depth claws. Yeah, quickly we die.
Love me as though there were no tomorrow. Take me out of this world tonight. Take me, make me forget my sorrow. So when I wake tomorrow, I'll know our love was right. I never love me as though there
Do like no damage to these guys. Okay, good going there. 95% chance to hit. Nothing hits it. Seriously?
my sorrow.
You're gonna need some armor piercing
So
or
when I wake
nothing for
tomorrow, I'll know our love was right. Kiss me
this. Or I need to hit them in the head.
it were now or never.
This is the only spot to get big damage in.
All that a heart should know. Love me as if there were no tomorrow. Oh, my darling, love me.
That was just a young Daft Punk.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. New Vegas here. You're all so great, and we're gonna keep you listening all day. And now the news. Several unidentified aircraft were spotted flying over the RepCon test site by a local crackpot. He spoke to a toy bear near one of our microphones. It's ghouls, I tell you. Religious ghouls in rockets looking for a land to call their own. Don't you laugh at me. I know a spell that'll make you show your true form. Cave Rat taught it to me. Moving on. Citizens of Outer Vegas are flocking to the Strip in droves amid a wave of terror caused by a band of raiders known as the Fiends. Those who can afford passports are saying the added security is well worth the price of admission. The news has been brought to you by the Vicky and Vance Casino. Vicky and Vance, be our partners in crime. In New Vegas, we know the pain that numbers can bring us. Well, so does Guy Mitchell, who's got heartaches by the number.
Heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me, that's each day I love you.
Thing is that stuff they are gonna be in here.
Heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. Heartache number one was when you left me. I never knew
Let's see what this is.
I could hurt this way. And heartache number two was when you came back again. You came back but never meant to stay. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, troubles by.
This is a dangerous place, human, especially for your kind. I suggest you turn back. There's nothing good waiting for you further on.
Okay. What makes this a dangerous place?
You must have heard her radio broadcasts. Though why a human would follow her invitation here is beyond me, unless you didn't listen very closely. The voice on the radio belongs to Tabitha, the supreme commander of Black Mountain, or as she calls it, the state of Utopatha. She took control of this place almost 2 years ago. The super mutants here do whatever she says, and she says humans are to be killed on sight.
How did Tabitha end up in control?
For years, Black Mountain was a peaceful community. Its leader, Marcus, broadcast an invitation to mutants throughout the wasteland. That's how I found Black Mountain. So did others, most of them second-generation mutants. Marcus welcomed everyone. That was his mistake. The community ended up being mostly second-gen, not very bright, but easy to influence. Fine until the Nightkin came along, led by Tabitha. In a week, she had most of the second-gens thinking she was some kind of prophet, and that she should be broadcasting her truth, not Marcus. Marcus saw what was coming and decided to leave before things got out of hand. He smashed the radio and left to found Jacobstown.
You see, Marcus smashed the radio not very well, apparently.
There's a sad story behind that. Marcus smashed it just fine, but while we were gone, some ghoul named Raoul came along. Tabitha turned him into her personal mechanic. A slave, really. See, if I'd been standing down here, I could have warned him before it was too late.
Why are you here instead of Jacobstown?
Marcus sent me here a couple of months ago to check on Black Mountain. I suppose you could say I came here as a spy. But with no signs of Tabitha's weakening and none of the second gens ready to revolt or to come to Jacobstown, there wasn't much I could do. Down here, on the other hand, I've saved a dozen mutants from heading up the mountain. It's not much, but it's something. I have my own reasons to stay away from Jacobstown for a while. Reasons we won't be discussing. So I've stayed here.
What sort of trouble should I expect if I head up?
The road is a series of switchbacks up to the peak. There are 3 blockades plus patrols. Sneaking past them would be difficult. Just before the peak is a kind of shanty village. More second gens there. And then there's Tabitha's compound, heavily guarded by her nightkin.
You seem friendly for a mutant.
Keep saying things like that and I won't be so friendly. Not every super mutant is a brain-damaged brute. Many of us are just as intelligent as basic humans, and the rest don't really have any choice in the matter, do they?
Sorry about that. No offense intended.
And none taken, since you apologized.
What is Jacobstown?
The opposite of Black Mountain. A stable community of mutants, mostly. Led by a mentally stable leader. Humans are welcome there, so long as they behave themselves. Look northwest of Red Rock Canyon if you want to find it.
What about the Nightkin?
The Nightkin are vicious in combat, and that's if you see them coming. Most don't. They were created to be soldiers and given devices to camouflage them in battle. Unfortunately, the devices drove most of them mad over time. They spend most of their time at the top of the mountain, but patrol the roads after dark as well. You do well to avoid the mountain at night.
Sounds like you had enough to beat up. What if you had some help?
Help would improve the odds. Help might just make the difference. All right, if you're good enough at what you do to meet me in the village up near the peak, we can talk further. I'll have a plan by the time I see you, if I see you. Good luck. It's gonna be a lot harder for you to get up there than it will be for me.
Somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold.
We know what that is all about then. So I guess we're gonna wait for these 3. Seems like I need to get a little bit more improved. See what's over here then.
Howdy, folks. It's Mr. New Vegas, and I have a good feeling about all of you. Here are our top stories. Word out of Camp Golf is that many NCR Rangers can expect redeployment in the near future. One anonymous soldier said it was part of a new strategy. Moving on. Patrons of the Ultralux are questioning whether its pricey restaurant, the Gourmand, is overstating the fullness of its wait list. Those who claim to have dined at the restaurant find the food appealing, but say many tables remain empty. Those were our top stories. Stick around, we've got some great songs coming up for you.
How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kiss in the head? Like the sailor. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning,
Ned?
my life is gonna be beautiful. I've sunshine enough to spread. It's just like the fella said,
Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head? Once said, ain't that a kick in the head? Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. She's telling me we'll be wed. She's picked out a king-size bed. I couldn't feel any better, or I'd be sick. Tell me quick,
Winning today, huh?
oh, ain't love a kick? Tell me quick,
Did you think you were gonna lose?
in the head?
Be sure it's true when you say I love. It's a sin. Hell millions of hearts have been broken just because these words were spoken. I, yes, if you break my heart, I'll die. So be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie. Be sure it's true when you
Entrance
say
into
I love
another building.
Call. You got sense enough to know it's a sin to tell a lie. Whole lot of folks' heart is done been broken.
Can't be great.
Yes, I love. So be sure it's true when you say I love you.
Fine by me.
Fine by me.
Sleep, go to sleep. Just lay down your weary head. Dream, sweetly dream. Dream about tomorrow instead. Sleep, go to sleep. Whispering about dream, sweetly dream. Swinging with the man in the moon. Why don't you go and take it slow? And don't you know all your lovely dreams will come true? So just close your eyes.
Come in.
Listen to
Hey,
a sweet
doing,
lullaby. Sleep, softly sleep, and let the world go by.
Empty. There are.
This is Radio New Vegas, and I'm your host, Mr. New Vegas. And in case you're wondering if you've come to the right place, you have. This just in. NCR officials at Camp McCarran were relieved when technical difficulties with its monorail line to the New Vegas Strip proved easy to fix. One anonymous official told us a serious mechanical failure would have been a disaster because of the age of the train and the scarcity of the replacement parts. Also in the headlines, the Black Mountain radio signal is back after a long absence. Listeners say the new programming is, quote, less for outcasts, more for weirdos. And that's the news. And now, Nat King Cole reminding us what really matters was love me as though there were no tomorrow. Because in New Vegas, hey, you never know.
Love me as though there were no tomorrow. Take me out of this world tonight. Take me, make me forget my sorrow. So when I wake tomorrow, I'll know our love was right. Kiss me as though it were now or never. Teach me all that a heart should know. Love me as though there were no tomorrow. Oh, my darling, love me. Don't ever let me go.
Door we can't open. I wonder if there's something on top of this.
Love me as though there were no tomorrow. Oh, my darling,
Ja.
love me. Don't ever let me go.
Hey, checking in with the base, huh?
It's me again, Mr. New Vegas, reminding you that you're nobody till somebody loves you, and that somebody is me. I love you. More news for you. The influx of displaced residents to the refugee camp at Bitter Springs has caused a strain on rations there. NCR officials are asking for donations. Moving on. Tensions are brewing in Freeside between the ruling gang known as the Kings and the large number of NCR squatters seeking refuge there. The leader of the Kings, who would only identify himself as the King, voiced his displeasure, calling NCR citizens, quote, the devil in disguise. He added he didn't want to see the NCR in the ghetto and called for a mass, quote, return to sender. The news has been brought to you by the Vicky and Vance Casino. Vicky and Vance, be our partners in crime. This next song helped me through a very difficult time. And I hope one day he can do the same for you.
When an irresistible force such as you meets an old immovable object like me, you can bet just as sure as you live, something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give. When an irrepressible smile such as yours warms an old implacable heart such as mine, 'cause I insist.
Hey, Peter, come back.
Somewhere, somehow, someone's gonna get kissed. So on guard, who knows what the fates have in store from their vast, mysterious sky. I'll try hard, ignoring those lips I adore. But how long can anyone fight? Fight, 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 fight it with all of our might. Chances are some heavenly star-spangled night we something's gotta give, something.
Bugs don't prefer.
Mad about the boy. I know it's stupid to be mad about the boy.
When legs of ants suits you well, you gain a damage bonus against insects. Can be kinda harsh.
Silver stream, he melts my foolish heart in every single scene. Though I'm quite aware that here and there are traces of about the boy. Lord knows I'm not a fool, girl. Lord knows I'm not a schoolgirl in the flurry of will it ever floor this adversity of misery and joy? I'm feeling and young again.
The heck is Hydra? Hydra?
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to me, Mr. New Vegas, and you look extraordinarily beautiful right now. Well, you know what that means, folks. Time for some news. A group of great cons were killed and a bloody end to a hostage crisis in Boulder City. It's not currently known why the cons were in the area. In addition, Good Springs has fended off a mob of escaped convicts after organizing an impromptu militia. This according to an old man armed to the teeth with dynamite. That's the news. This is Mr. New Vegas filling in for Mr. New Vegas. And now, I'd like to play one of my very favorite songs for you.
I wish I had a first recon guy looking after me.
Hello there. I'm so happy. Big squeezy. What up, buddy?
Play the guitar, play it again.
Spotted. This is useless.
I was with a fool.
5-hour death count? Like, nope. Let's look at this one now for a while.
The one they call Johnny Guitar. Play it again, Johnny Guitar. What if you go? What if you stay? I love you. What if you're cruel? You can be kind. I know. There was never a man like my Johnny. Like the one they call Johnny Guitar.
Fine by me.
There was never a man like my Johnny, like the one
Alright.
they call
Fine by me.
Way anything, it's just
Play it again, Johnny Guitar.
Sleep, go to sleep. Just lay down your weary head. Dream, sweetly dream. Dream about tomorrow instead. Sleep, go to sleep. Whispering a lullaby tune. Dream, sweetly dream. Swinging with the man in the moon. Why don't you go and take it slow? And don't you know all your lovely dreams will come true? So just close your eyes. Listen to a sweet lullaby. Sleep softly, sleep, and let the world go by.
Fine by me.
Hey, it's Mr. New Vegas letting you know I've got a new Christmas compilation coming out soon. Nuclear Winter Wonderland. Look for it on holotape. All the latest news coming your way right now. Rumors persist about a super mutant refuge nestled high in the ski lodge to the northwest. If you should find it, do not, repeat, do not belittle a super mutant for taking the
Fine
bite.
by me.
In other news, refugees at Bitter Springs are giving startling accounts of the legate known as Lanius, who is said to be Caesar's top field commander. One refugee told us the legate took over an underperforming squad of troops by beating its commander to death in full view of everyone. The legate then ordered a tenth of his own force be killed by the other 9/10. And you thought your boss was a pain. Boy, the Mojave Wasteland is just a fascinating place, isn't it? You never know what's going to happen next. Stick around, we've got some great songs coming up for you.
It's all about killing NCR.
Heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. Heartache number one was when you left me. I and heartache number two was when you came back again. You came back but never meant to stay. Yes, I've got heartache by the number, troubles by every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. Heartache number 3 was when you called me and said that you were coming back to stay. With hopeful heart I waited for you, knocked on the door. I waited, but you must have
Another.
gone away. Yes, I thought heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, a love that I can't win. But the day that I stopped counting, that's the day my world will end.
Super duper smart. Lovely place this was.
All clear.
Poison. No freeze, the debt still remains unpaid. We have warned you twice. There will not be a third warning, only consequences. You have 1 day.
Take me out of this world tonight. Take me, make me
Didn't go so
forget
well for that.
my
Okay.
sorrow. So when I wake tomorrow, I'll know our love was right. Kiss me as though it were now or never. Teach me all that a heart should know. Love me as though
Let's see what the
there
heck is
were
going on here.
tomorrow. Oh my darling, love me.
Prim has a new sheriff.
Don't ever let
Prim has a new sheriff. That should keep the powder gangers away.
Love me as though there were no tomorrow. Oh, my darling, love me. Don't ever
get you some news. Word out of Camp Golf is that many NCR Rangers can expect redeployment in the near future. One anonymous
Was that a
soldier
first
said
recon guy looking
it
after
was
me?
part of a new strategy. In addition, rumors persist about a super mutant refuge nestled high in the ski lodge to the northwest. If you should find it, do not, repeat, do not belittle a super mutant for taking the bunny slope. Boy, the Mojave Wasteland is just a fascinating place, isn't it? You never know what's going to happen next. More tracks coming your way right now.
You know, some are stealing, some not.
Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip.
Corporal Sterling.
Howdy. Name's Sterling, First Recon. Can't say I've seen you before. I'd remember if I had.
You remember everyone who passes through here?
Got a good memory for faces, landmarks and such too. Comes with practice, that's all, and a lot of scouting from place to place.
Interesting rifle you have there. Lever action, right?
I call her the Long Carabine. Didn't always have the scope. I added that myself. Been shooting with her so long, couldn't bring myself to toss her away. Would have felt guilty to part with the old girl. The other snipers used bolt action, but Gorbets reckoned it didn't matter none if I was different, so long as I can hit my targets.
You always been with the First Recon?
Used to be a ranger, one of the first they sent out east back before we took the dam. Observation and reconnaissance. We took the lay of the land, checked out the locals, and kept ourselves inconspicuous. A couple friends of mine were the first to scout the dam. That was back in '73, if I recall. A lot of those rangers are dead now. Vegas always chewed men up. It's just a little more literal nowadays.
Or did you leave the Rangers?
Well, that wasn't really a matter of choice. Got myself caught by legionaries up near Malpay. They had themselves some fun with me. Mangled my hands and feet pretty good. Wasn't much good with the pistol after that. Wasn't gonna be trekking across the waste on any more long scouts either.
Did you manage to escape Malpais?
Caesar's boys figured I wasn't going anywhere after what they'd done to me. So they didn't bother tying me up. I crawled out of there on my elbows and knees. Must have looked a sight. Then I rolled down an embankment into the Colorado. I guess I had a mind to drown rather than give Caesar's boys the satisfaction of killing me. But a couple rangers happened to be watching from across the river. They jumped on in and pulled me out of there. Lucky break, they said.
How long have you been stationed here?
Going on 6 months now, but I reckon we'll be moving out soon enough. Can't talk about the details. Till then, we'll man the towers and keep an eye on the fiends. We've had more than our share of trouble from their direction. Whole thing smells of Caesar to me. Of course, that's just guesswork. But I'd still bet a few caps he's stirring up the locals against us. Always a pleasure. Keep yourself safe.
For a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment, and the folks had gathered round.
Oh, Buster.
Let me guess. You got work for me, right? Well, you're too late. I just quit the bounty trade. As soon as I pick up some caps that Daughtry owes me, I'm out of this scrapyard.
You supposed to be famous or something?
Well, shit. Feel free to stick a knife in the old ego. Thought I made a name for myself around here. Guess that's as good a reason as any to quit this stinking trade. No glory. No easy money, no women, and no glory. Shit. I'd settle just for the women.
Why does Daughtry owe you caps?
Because I killed a couple of marks for him, that's why. You ever hear of Jackson? Or Night Terror?
You take it they were fiends?
Damn right they were. They were good, too. Till I popped a couple shells in their assholes. Bam. Dead. Finished. Over. See, somebody gives me a job, I do it. Maybe I complain a little here and there, but my shit gets done.
How long have you been a bounty hunter?
Oh, shit, I don't know. Gotta be at least a month. Longer than I last at most jobs.
Worked a lot of different trades, huh?
Oh, yeah, a lot. Like before I was a bounty hunter, I worked as a caravan guard. You'd think that was a cakewalk, right? Wrong. Crazy bastards expected me to wake up at dawn. Forget it. It's about 2 hours after this guy hits the sack. And I need at least 10, 12 hours of sleep to do my job. Price of excellence.
Sleeping forever? I've been known to hunt a few bounties myself.
Well, hey, the field's wide open now that I'm gone. Probably lots of people looking to get in once they hear I quit.
What are you going to do now?
Simple. Gonna make myself some easy money. I got a plan. Once I get my cash from Daughtry, I'm going to head on over to Gamora and win big at cards. There's not as many people playing at Gamora, so that means I've got better odds of winning big. I got this figured out.
Why did you quit the trade?
See, I thought the bounty hunting trade would be easy money, but it turns out it's hard work, so screw it. Also, I ran into this Mark who was a little too tough for me. I mean, I could have taken him. But with this guy, it might have cost me some bad burns or an ass rape. I'm all for risking my life, but I'm a little sensitive about my asshole.
What the heck? Okay.
Hey, yeah. Next time you see me, maybe I'll be rolling in a shitload of caps, right?
Hey, my man. Ten of Spades. First recon sharpshooter at your service.
Ten of Spades, but where did you get that name?
The LT. Gorobets gave it to me. See, I wanted to be Ace of Spades, but the LT says, sorry kid, you're too green. So he calls me 10 instead. It's okay though. I get a few more kills under my belt, he'll move me up to Jack. Jack of Spades. Sounds better, right? I keep at it. Eventually I'll make it to Ace. Think I'll skip Queen though.
How long have you been a sharpshooter?
Shit. Long as I can remember. Had a rifle in my hand since I was 3. That's what my dad always says. Learned to shoot on our ranch, way west of here. Same as the LT. He's a farm kid too.
And did you enlist in the military?
Oh, they recruited me, what, a year ago? Taught me to kick even more ass than before. These guys, they really know how to kick some ass.
What do you do around here?
Kicking ass. Mostly kicking ass. See, we're watching the perimeter right now, looking for those fiends to come back. When they show their faces, that's when we go to work. One shot, one kill. That's the first recon way.
Right?
Oh yeah, fine. Just a little stutter. Had it since I was a kid. Doesn't stop me from kicking ass.
Sure it doesn't.
Damn right. Yeah, I'll see you around.
Well, so does Guy Mitchell.
Never seen you around before. What do you want?
You know any serious comment here?
Not unless you count the fiends as serious. Gorobets keeps us inside the fence most of the time. Doesn't matter to me. I just shoot bad guys. Sooner or later, they'll move us out to the dam, though. That's when the shit gets nasty.
What do you mean?
Legion fights to win, and they're smart. Hell of a lot smarter than these crazy fiends. But I don't feel bad about shooting Legion boys. Fiends, on the other hand, sometimes I get pangs of conscience. Not often, but sometimes.
First I've heard about conscience in a while.
Yeah, doesn't sound like me at all, right? But it happens. Some cute little junkie bitch, so fucked up she doesn't even know that she's the bad guy. And I've got a headshot her. Makes me think. Might just be sex, though. I see some cute little number and I'd rather get in her pants. So maybe I'm a stone-cold bitch after all.
You're a sniper?
What gave me away? The big gun, the shades, or the attitude?
The big gun.
Yup. A lot of people make that connection. Big gun, sniper. Some people don't even need to ask.
How about a date? I like tough women.
Yeah, right. You're sniffing up the wrong skirt. Try me again when you're tall, blonde, and female. Yeah, try not to get killed.
Morning.
Heartache number 3 was when you called me and said that you were coming back to stay. With hopeful heart, I waited hard. I waited, but you must have lost your way. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, troubles by the score. Every day you love me, I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, troubles that I can't reach. But the day that I sat down, that's the day my world will end.
Welcome back to the Mr. New Vegas show. The show with, in my opinion, which I respect, the best looking audience around. Somebody prove me wrong? If you like news, you're gonna love our next segment. Prim formally sworn in new sheriff today. RNV reporters were on hand to hear the new sheriff address the crowd.
People of Prim, the NCR wishes to inform you that you are under their jurisdiction now. And from now on, you're going to be living by our rules.
Redhead. Instead of redhead you liked over to admin, you will be sitting next to her all days. Don't count fine to me if you can get her in your bunk. Oh, and you owe me big time for this favor. I'll let you know when you think of something. Remind all personnel must secure their terminals before leaving the post. We don't need another situation like the one Private Friendship created last week. Hi there. What's up, Jones? Beanshaw here, so you got your eye on that pretty redhead, huh? Be sure to fill her in on your farting, probably. Thing is how we are buddies and all. Yes, you didn't secure your terminal very well. Choose a better password next time.
My Johnny. Maybe you're cold, but you're so warm inside. I was always a fool.
Patrolling the... I'm Bitterroot, first recon. You got a reason to talk to me?
Bitterroot, you have an unusual name.
You trying to start trouble? Or do you really not know where I got that name?
Please, I didn't mean to offend. You don't have to tell me if you'd rather not.
It's a con name. You know, the great cons. That's what my parents were. I figured I grew up around the bastards. They owed me a name after all they put me through.
What happened to your parents?
They're dead. Got themselves killed at Bitter Springs. Served them right if you ask me.
I mean, what happened to them at Bitter Springs?
It was a massacre. That's what a lot of NCR folk will tell you. Most of them feel plenty bad about what happened. But I was there. Saw it myself. I don't care what anybody says. The cons asked for Bitter Springs. They wouldn't leave the NCR be. My damn parents, too. They were just as bad as the rest.
You don't really mean that, do you?
Don't I? Mister, you never met my parents. My dad, he got himself fucked up every chance he got. Always started with folk for no reason. Hell, he was the one who taught me to shoot. You know how? By taking pot shots at NCR, and not just soldiers. Civilians, too. Even kids. Then he'd get high with his buddies and swap tales about the folk they killed. Bunch of animals. And my mom? A couple of times she tried to sell me to some waster just to score some jet. Even the other cons said she was useless. Only reason they kept her around was because she was a... how'd my dad say it? A smoking piece of ass.
Your name, it comes from Bitter Springs.
You're not fully grown till you're taking a beat down. Everybody gathers around and hits you till you're damn near dead. After that, if you haven't begged for mercy, you get to choose a new name. One you'll use for the rest of your life. When NCR slaughtered the cons of Bitter Springs, I hadn't got my beat down yet. I was still too young. The way I see it, Bitter Springs was my beat down. So afterward, I gave myself a name. It's all I got from the cons. It's all I ever want.
How did you survive the massacre?
Guess I could tell a pretty good story if I had a mind. But the truth is, I don't know. Just got lucky. They brought me to Daughtry after the battle. He was just a captain back then. Guess he saw something in me. He knew I didn't belong with the cons. Maybe he felt bad, too, about how his men killed my folks. I told him he did me a service, but he didn't believe me. Still doesn't. He's a good man, Daughtry. Doesn't act like it sometimes, I know. But he didn't have to take me in.
Hello, Ticket. How you doing?
Yeah, that's probably best.
How long have you been with the First Recon?
A while, I guess. I don't keep too careful track of time. I like to keep things simple. Just focus on now. That's why they made me a sniper. You let your mind wander back a ways and you lose sight of what's in front of your eyes. Good way to miss a mark.
I'm a bit sleepy today. That was okay. What is your commanding officer? Is that alive?
Yeah, look. He's not my real father. He just looked after me for a while. It's a long story. I'd get tired of talking before it was through.
We're gonna find some work around here.
You a merc? Well, then I guess you want to talk to my father, Major Daughtry. He's our CO.
What do you know about the Great Cons?
They're scum. Lazy, trumped-up raiders. Most of the time they're drunk or high, and when they're not shooting chems, they're selling them. Used to have a settlement up at Bitter Springs till they pissed off NCR and got slaughtered for their trouble. A lot of us got killed at Bitter Springs. A lot of them, I mean. My parents died too.
Why is this one still? Your father is your commanding officer. Is that allowed?
It's like I told you,
Too friendly, are you?
Guess not. I don't mean nothing by it. You really want to talk to somebody, try 10 of spades. He's always got plenty to say. Me, I'm here to do my job. For now, that job is shooting fiends.
Hey.
All right. Goodbye.
A lot of information.
Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in a boat?
Morning.
My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. She's telling me we'll be wed. She's picked out a king-size bed. I couldn't feel any better, or I'd be sick. Tell me quick. Oh, ain't love a kick? Tell me quick. Ain't love a kick in the head?
Kick in the head.
Sounds like we're running Prim now.
And we're back. This is Mr. New Vegas, and I feel something magic in the air tonight, and I'm not just talking about the gamma radiation. I've got news for you. Scavengers report hulking individuals moving around Hidden Valley after dusk, but have been unable to identify them due to low visibility. In other news, citizens of Outer Vegas are flocking to the Strip in droves amid a wave of terror caused by a band of raiders known as the Fiends. Those who can afford passports are saying the added security is well worth the price of admission. That's the news. This is Mr. New Vegas filling in for Mr. New Vegas. You know, sometimes the journey beats the destination, and especially if your spurs go jingle, jangle, jingle, and you meet some nice gals along the way.
Yippee-yay, there'll be no wedding bells.
Colonel James
Something I can do
Zoom.
for you?
Okay. Let me get my last coffee. Then move up. Right back.
As I go riding merrily along, and they sing, "Oh, ain't you glad you're single?" And that song ain't so very far from wrong. Oh, Lily Bell, oh, Lily Bell, though I may
Something I can do for you?
that jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle, jangle, as I go riding merrily along. Jingle, jangle, they sing, "Oh, ain't you glad you're single?" And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
Something I can do for you? I'm glad we could finally meet. My sources tell me you've done some good work for us. What brings you to Camp McCarran?
Everything's going for the NCR around here.
Could be better, I'll say that much. We set up here with our sights set on annexing New Vegas. It's a lot of resources that could do a lot of good for us. But that hasn't happened. If anything, they annexed us. They rake in the profits from our soldiers, and we're stuck protecting them from the Legion. Not exactly the plan.
We just have to leave you.
Now we're trying to secure the Strip and the dam at the same time, and it's costing us. And in the meantime, General Oliver won't approve any offensive maneuvers because he doesn't want to risk losing our positions. So we're in a holding pattern here. And Caesar's on the other side of the river, planning.
What challenges does the NCR face here?
Everything was going according to President Kimball's plan at first. We met minor resistance from local troublemakers. But our two main objectives are still contested. Mr. House controls the Strip and he won't so much as meet with our ambassador. And we're holding Hoover Dam. But Caesar's Legion is positioning itself to overrun it. If it falls, so will New Vegas. We'd be forced to withdraw.
I'm up for hire if you need extra manpower around the base.
There are a lot of things I can't spare troops for right now. If you can help us, we can definitely pay you for your work. You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The Fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word.
Any other problems?
Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out.
You can call given the things are as bad as they are.
Calm is what you have to be when people look to you. And it's all you can do when things are out of your hands.
Good Springs has fended off a mob of escaped convicts after organizing an impromptu militia. This according to an old man armed.
What's Camp McCarran's role in NCR operations?
It's our main base. We took it because it lets us keep an eye on the Strip, and it had already been fortified before the Great War. From here, we handle most of the logistics for our operations in Nevada. Troop allocation, supply distribution, intel. Usually General Oliver runs the show here, but he's on his way to the dam now, so I've taken on a lot of his duties here.
Who are the Fiends?
As in Chem Fiends. Biggest gang of raiders I've ever seen. Nothing like addiction to swell your numbers. Psychotic and completely unpredictable. They set up shop in Vault 3 to the west. Every day they attack our positions and my men repel them. But every day there's more of them and less of us. I sent one of my rangers after their leader to try and destabilize them. He didn't return. Hell of a thing, losing a ranger. You come to depend on them, and they come through for you so often, you forget it can happen.
Go to Wolf and see if I can find your ranger.
That vault is a hornet's nest. If you have second thoughts, no one would think less of you for it. But if you can get him home, it'd mean a lot. Watch for civilians, too. The fiends have been kidnapping locals. They just walk right into people's homes in the middle of the day and take them. But the man you're looking for is Bryce Anders. Anders was trying to find the leader, Motor Runner. You hear something like a chainsaw? You've found Motor Runner. Put a bullet in his head, and you'll have some new friends around here.
Things mostly quiet between here and the dam?
Unfortunately, no. In fact, the word from the ranger stations has been especially concerning lately. It sounds like they've run into overwhelming resistance, and supplies just aren't reaching them. It's been so bad, I asked Sergeant Reyes at Camp Forlorn Hope to look into it, and see how it is that things could be so fouled up there.
I could look into who's leaking NCR intelligence.
Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements. And it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in.
But I could make the Legion prisoner talk.
I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent. But I think she's hit a wall. Talk to her if you like. See if she has any use for you. Her office is right above mine, but I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side of the building.
Okay, that was a lot of information again. Hello, Angela.
You're new. I'm Angela Williams. Were you just looking around, or?
What's this place?
This? The OSI lab. We don't get many visitors. The smell puts people off, I think. Nobody ever said science would smell clean and fresh. Anyway, you get used to it if you give it some time.
You a scientist?
I know I don't sound the part. Get raised by Brahmin ranchers and you never lose the twang. Drives Hildern crazy. But I know every inch of the power grid from Hoover Dam to Shady Sands. That's what we do here. Try to optimize the power output from the dam. Some of the others are working on an agricultural project, but truth be told, they aren't making much progress. Not yet, anyway.
So what's your role here?
Head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me. Gotta be flexible.
Need help with anything?
You mean give you work? No, that'd be up to the administrator, Hildern. He's back there in his office. Between you and me, I don't think he ever leaves. Plenty of mercs go in to see him, though.
Mercenaries? What for?
I can't say. We're not supposed to talk about the research, not the details. If you're interested, I'm sure he'd see you. Nice to meet you. If you need anything, I'm almost always in the lab.
Morning. A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22?
Well, this is the first I've heard about Vault 22.
No, they wouldn't have briefed you, would they? Probably better that our junior fellows stay within the bounds of their pay grade anyway. Vault 22. Where to begin?
I'm listening.
Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom. Vast fields of corn that grow from seeds and produce their bounty in the space of a month. Orchards of trees, their branches weighed halfway to the ground, hung with fat, ripe oranges, a harvest that could feed a city or a nation. And all this, requiring no more than a few drops of precious water, and the efforts of only a handful of human farmers. Impossible?
Nothing is impossible.
Precisely. Science has proven that truth 1,000 times over. But how many wasteland savages believe it? Present company accepted, of course. The bounty I described to you is no idle fantasy. It exists in primitive form only a few miles from where we stand. We need only reach out and unlock its secret. For that, the OSI needs you.
Okay. Until you discover it's never so simple as that.
Isn't it? One directs one's efforts, or the efforts of others, toward a goal, and progress is made. It's a matter of incentives, nothing more. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them. No one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated.
Alright, I'll do it.
Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level, where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you?
Anything else I should know?
I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove overly challenging. Downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance. No insult intended, of course. Oh? What might those be?
More about the OSI.
The Office of Science and Industry. It's a rather expansive topic. I could talk for hours, but I'm sure I'd bore you.
Oh, yes, you would.
Suffice to say, we are the leading edge of the NCR. Our work focuses on practical matters: medicine, engineering, biology. The dam, for instance. OSI routes its energy supply to our cities in the West. That's only one responsibility of this office.
You said you were the director of OSI?
Director of the entire OSI? Me? If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to plant seditious ideas in my head. No, I direct our eastern operations. I've been responsible for squeezing unprecedented levels of power from the dam. I'm also confronting the problem of food production in what little spare time I have, but I've found some promising leads.
Doing all these things yourself?
Yes, with the assistance of my team, of course.
Well, NCR has a food shortage.
Not yet, but our government understands the value of proactive thought. Our studies project an imbalance between production and consumption. Or, for a layman such as yourself, not enough food, too many mouths to feed. Mass starvation in a decade or so.
What other responsibilities does this office have?
We aid some programs the Republic has sponsored involving sharecropper farms in the area. But those haven't panned out too well from what I hear. There have been complaints about the amount of water we're supplying. But those are just excuses for lack of diligence, I'm sure.
You control the dam from here?
Directly? No. But we attempt to maximize its output. You have no idea how difficult it is to provide power to an entire nation. Fortunately, we also have the Helios 1 facility. One of our external contractors recently got the station up and running. His name was something like exceptional or marvelous or...
No, that was me. I fixed Helios 1.
I see. Of course you did.
What do you think of NCR's chances against the Legion?
To be frank, I have no idea. I leave the fighting to Colonel Shu, and I expect him to leave the science to me. Too many people have opinions on things they know nothing about. And the more ignorant they are, the more opinions they have.
Questions?
Oh? What might those be?
Nope. Yes, that was it.
Yes. Goodbye.
Subject E, diagnosis complete. Begin recording. My name is Whitley. I'm a researcher at Adams Air Force Base. Until recently, I was in charge of the Duraframe Reinforcement Project for the combat model iBots.
Yeah.
iBot Duraframe Subject E is both the prototype and the last functional model in this test group. I was prepared to make several significant upgrades to the machines. However, as the project was canceled and all Duraframe assets are being diverted to Hellfire armor, I'm sending this model to the Navarro outpost. If repairs it needs so it can continue to Navarro.
Now I'm no longer alone. Without a dream.
Did Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but did he give you a job?
Yes, he asked me to get some data from Vault 22.
I shouldn't say anything. I know that. But you're not the first person Hildern sent out to the vault. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back. Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name? Or any of the other mercs?
Nope. And he didn't mention anyone else.
But now he's hired you, which means one of two things. Either he heard back from Keeley, and she failed, or he's given up on her. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich. Not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc, but I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead.
Alright, I'll look for her.
I had a good feeling about you. Moment you walked in. I mean it.
Mm-hmm. There's some questions.
Of course. Anything.
Can you tell me anything else about Keeley?
Keeley's brilliant. An absolute genius. She plays at being mean, but it's all a front. When you've lived as long as she has, you get defensive around new people. Who wants to make a friend when you know you'll outlive them?
How old is Keeley?
I couldn't get her to say, but she talked about the war. The Great War, when the bombs fell, like she'd been there. So I'm guessing pretty old. 200 years? Maybe more.
Okay. How do Keeley and Hildern get along?
Like a Brahmin and a Deathclaw, though I'm not sure which would be which. Bad analogy, maybe. They're both Deathclaws in their way. Keeley hates Hildern. She says he's more politician than scientist, and gets in the way of true discovery. And Hildern hates Keeley because, well, because every time they meet, she makes him look like an ass. In front of important people, usually.
What's your role here?
Head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me. Gotta be flexible.
What do you think of Dr. Hildern?
The director? He's very well spoken and knowledgeable.
You can focus on results and not so much on people.
He's not what you'd call warm, unless he wants something from you. And even then, it's kind of a cold warm. Most of the time, I focus on the science and try to forget him. He doesn't get mixed up in any actual work, though he tells people that he does.
Dr. Hildern takes credit for your work.
He sure does. Everyone knows it. I've just got to endure this job until the project is finished. But abandoning Keeley, he crossed a line. Taking credit for other people's work is one thing. Sending people to die in the waste is another. If Hildern tries to recruit any more mercs, I'm gonna warn them. What can he do to me? I'm the only one who can run this lab.
The food around here is pretty bad.
It's foul, to tell the truth. Most people try to get what they can from the outside, even if it's just a smuggled candy bar now and then. Contreras is a genius. He can find almost anything you'd want. Takes caps to get him motivated, though. He won't do a thing for free.
Okay.
Right. Stay safe.